So the Flash continues with the Mask of the Red Death Part 1. Get it? Get it? Because she wears a mask and she's the Red Death. But it's not like the masquerade of it yet. Anyway, so the Flash gets kidnapped by the Red Death. Because it turns out the cosmic treadmill won't work for the Red Death. Hey, why not? Because of the negative speed force? No, because her means by achieving the speed force was through artificial means. She came up with the drugs all by herself from an alternate timeline. I see, saw that one coming. And where there was no Batman, there was only Batwoman. How she even knew about a Batman, I guess she figured that out when she came to our universe. I mean, ours. I mean, the CW universe. Anyway, so she explains, because she's got to explain everything, you know. But there was no Bruce Wayne. The Waynes adopted her instead, and then they got murdered anyway. And so she decided to wage a one-woman war on crime as Batwoman, because I guess she was sitting in the house and a bat flew through the window, and she's like, oh my God, I'll become a bat. So there you go. There you go. Well, our war on crime pushed her further into darkness as she decided she needed to find a way to prevent crime before it even happened. So apparently she developed her own Minority Report. Figured out how to steal or copy the Flash's powers, unlike the original story, which is Batman stole the Flash's powers to become the Red Death, and, you know, from the dark multiverse. Yeah. Where, I don't know, Batman just dominates everything. Anyway, so she did all that, and Flash became her biggest enemy, apparently, as the League tried to rein her in. And I don't know, somehow she ended up, you know, on the Flash show. So she's got to have Barry to use the cosmic treadmill for herself so she can get back to her world and finish what she started over there or some crap. Anyway, but of course Barry, I'm not gonna do it. So she says, I know what your lightning rod is, and he's like, oh no, Iris. So she goes to Iris as Ryan Wilder, and she's like, oh right, because they've already established that the real Ryan, who's Batwoman, by the way, disappeared mysteriously, you know. So she's like, oh, she says she was busy doing something. Anyway, it doesn't take long for even Iris to figure out something's not right, and she pulls a Star Labs ray gun on her or something. And turns out the suit can be remote controlled by Ryan, because she's just, you know, that clever. And so the suit was actually talking to Barry, and it pulled its head off, and there was nothing inside. He's like, what? And while she's over with Iris, and once Iris figures it out, she pulls the gun on her, but she whoops Iris's ass and brings her over to Barry. Okay, whatever. And just so they could show the armor fly through and assemble itself onto Ryan. So, you know, yeah, they kind of just wasted money on that. But anyway, so there's the deal. And so Barry is like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then Iris is like, no, Barry, don't. She can't kill me, because if she doesn't have me, you won't obey her. And then Red Death says, yeah, but that's not going to stop me from giving you pain. So she starts zapping Iris, and she's like, eh. And so Barry is like, no, stop, I'll do it. So Barry gets on to the treadmill and goes, but he reached out earlier to Mark, who I managed to remember his name now, is Frost's boyfriend, you know, and he turned on Barry because of Frost's death and all that. But now he's feeling bad about that decision, despite, which would have been just, I don't know, maybe an hour ago when he made the decision to turn on him. And then the whole team bailed on Barry because they felt like Barry didn't trust them. even though they didn't trust each other, which they had just established. It was really stupid. So anyway, the stupid's still going on, but they get the gang back together to come rescue Barry. And at the last minute, Mark decides to turn on the Red Death, and he creates a feedback thing. It's always something like that. And the Speed Force zaps into Red Death, knocking her on her ass. And the treadmill gets destroyed. So the good bad guys show up before the bad guys, take out Barry. And Mark says, "I'm going to fight him off, and I'll hold him while you guys get away." And Barry's like, "No, we can't leave him." And Barry doesn't have his speed back because he's so wasted from the explosion, And so Mark goes to fight them with his freeze powers. No, I guess he forgot to put on his freeze gloves, so he just has to use his martial arts. Yeah, so he's kind of dancing around and kicking them and stuff. So the good guys arrive, and they figure out how to teleport just because. And they get Barry, and Barry's, "No, we can't leave Mark." And Pied Piper hits the teleport thing, and they disappear in a puff of smoke. And while seemingly Mark is apparently stabbed to death by Boomerang, oh, it's bad. And Barry's like, "Man, we shouldn't have done that. It's terrible." And, "Yeah, well, what were we going to do?" "Yeah, well, we're going to stop Red Death." So then they cut back to Red Death, and she's all mad because she can't go with her plan now. There's no treadmill. So she says, "If I can't get back to my world, I'll take his." And then she literally screams for dramatic effect, and it falls completely flat. The end. So boy, can't wait till Mask of the Red Death Part 2. When we'll probably see the real Batwoman show up. But how will you know which is which? Well, Red Death has a white streak of hair going through her hair. And I'm betting Batwoman doesn't. So that's how you'll know. Pretty clever, huh? What could beat this? Well, anyway, there you go. You're all caught up.